You can see your future so clearly, it almost hurts. The life you want, the person you're supposed to become, the work you know you're capable of. And yet, here you are, again, doing nothing. Not because you don't care. You care more than almost anyone around you. But caring and doing have become two completely different things in your life. And somewhere deep down, you started to wonder if maybe you're just broken. You're not broken. But something is happening inside you that nobody has ever properly explained. And by the end of this, you're going to understand yourself in a way you never have before. Let me tell you about a morning that probably sounds familiar. You wake up, and for one brief, beautiful moment, you feel it. That spark. Today is different. Today, you're gonna start. Today, you're finally going to do the thing you've been putting off for weeks, maybe months, maybe, if you're honest with yourself, years. You lie there making plans in your head. You can feel the momentum building. You think about how good it's gonna feel when you finally make progress. You're practically excited. And then, you pick up your phone. Just to check the time, just for a second. But one notification leads to another. A scroll turns into 20 minutes. 20 minutes becomes an hour. And somewhere in that fog of content and distraction, the spark quietly dies. By the time you put the phone down, something has shifted. The energy is gone. The motivation has evaporated like it was never really there. And now it's almost noon, and you haven't done a single thing, and that familiar heaviness starts to settle in your chest. You tell yourself you'll start after lunch. Lunch comes. You feel sluggish. You tell yourself you'll start when you feel more awake. The afternoon bleeds into evening. Evening bleeds into night. And then you're lying in bed again, staring at the ceiling, having a silent argument with yourself about who you are and why you keep doing this. You feel guilty, ashamed, frustrated. You make a promise, tomorrow will be different. But you've made that promise before, many times. And you already know somewhere in the back of your mind what tomorrow is probably going to look like. This isn't a story about someone else. This is your story, and it's been going on longer than you want to admit. So what is actually happening here? Because this isn't simple laziness. Truly lazy people don't lie awake at night feeling guilty about wasted days. Truly lazy people aren't haunted by visions of what they could become. Truly lazy people don't care. You care too much. That's actually part of the problem. Here's what's really going on inside your brain, and I want you to pay attention to this part, because understanding this might be the most important thing you hear today. Your brain is running two programs at the same time, and they are completely at war with each other. The first program is your ambition, the part of you that dreams, the part that watches successful people and thinks, I could do that. The part that sets goals, makes plans, imagines a bigger life. This part of you is real. It's not delusion. It's not ego. It's a genuine signal about what you're capable of. But the second program is much older, much more powerful, and it has one job: to protect you from pain. When you think about sitting down to actually work on your goals, your brain scans the situation like a security system. And what does it find? Effort, uncertainty, the very real possibility of failure, the terrifying chance that you might try your hardest and still not be good enough. Your brain doesn't like any of that, so it offers you an exit, something easier, something that feels good right now. A scroll, a video, a snack, anything that delivers a small hit of comfort and makes the discomfort of trying temporarily disappear. And here's the cruel part. It works. You feel a little better. The anxiety fades for a moment, and your brain logs that as a success.
It remembers avoidance felt good. Next time the discomfort comes, it will offer you the same exit, even faster. This is not a character flaw. This is not a moral failure. This is your nervous system doing exactly what it evolved to do: minimize threat, maximize safety. The problem is that your brain cannot tell the difference between the threat of a predator and the threat of a blank page. It treats your unstarted project like it's dangerous, and so it keeps saving you from it every single day. Now here's where it gets even more interesting and more painful. There's a specific type of person who gets trapped in this cycle more than anyone else, and it's not the person without talent. It's not the person without drive. It's the person with the highest standards. You have a vision of what your work should look like, what your life should look like, what success should look like. And that vision is so vivid, so specific, so perfect in your imagination that anything you could actually produce right now feels embarrassingly inadequate by comparison. So, you wait. You tell yourself you're not ready yet. You tell yourself the timing isn't right. You tell yourself you'll start when you have a better plan, more resources, more confidence, more clarity. But here's what waiting really is. It's a disguise. Perfectionism is not high standards. Perfectionism is fear wearing the costume of excellence. It is your brain giving you a socially acceptable reason to never begin. Because if you never begin, you never have to find out whether you're actually capable of the life you've imagined. Think about that for a second. Sit with it. As long as you never truly try, you can protect the story that you could succeed if you wanted to. The moment you try, really try, that story is at risk, and your brain knows it. So it keeps you in the dream, safe, comfortable, and completely stuck. I want to tell you about two people, different lives, same trap. The first is someone we'll call Marcus. Smart, creative, overflowing with ideas. He's been talking about starting his own business for 3 years. He has notebooks full of plans. He's taken courses, listened to podcasts, read every book on entrepreneurship he could find. He knows more about building a business than most people who actually have one. But he hasn't started, because it's never quite the right time. The economy isn't stable enough. He doesn't have enough saved. He needs just a bit more knowledge first. There's always a reason, always a very logical, very reasonable sounding reason. Marcus isn't lazy. Marcus is terrified. And all that preparation, all that learning, all that consuming, it's a way of feeling productive without ever having to take the risk of actually doing. The second person is someone we'll call Priya. Talented writer. Her friends tell her constantly that her words move them, that she should share her writing with the world. She starts a blog, posts twice, then abandons it. Not because she stopped caring, but because the second post didn't feel as good as the first. Because she imagined someone reading it and finding it boring. Because the gap between what she wrote and what she imagined writing was too painful to face. Priya's problem isn't that she can't write. Her problem is that she cares so much about writing that the possibility of doing it badly feels worse than not doing it at all. Do you recognize yourself in either of those people? Maybe both. The ambition is real. The capability is real. But somewhere between the dream and the doing, something keeps getting in the way. Here's the twist I need you to hear. You've been treating motivation like it's the engine, like if you could just find enough of it, the car would finally start moving. You've been waiting for that feeling, that surge of energy and excitement and clarity that will finally make taking action feel natural and easy. But motivation is not the engine. Motivation is the passenger. It doesn't show up until the car is already moving. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Every time you've waited to feel motivated before starting, you've had it completely backwards. The feeling you're waiting for only comes after you begin, after you push through the resistance, after you do the uncomfortable thing anyway. That's when momentum builds. That's when motivation finally arrives. This means something important. You're not going to feel like doing it. Not today, probably not tomorrow. And you need to do it anyway. That's not a punishment. That's the actual path. So what does this look like in practice? What does change actually feel like when it's happening? It doesn't feel like a transformation. It doesn't feel like a movie montage where everything clicks into place. It feels like sitting down when you don't want to. It feels like opening the document when your brain is screaming at you to check your phone instead. It feels small, unremarkable, almost boring. But here's what's happening underneath that boredom.